Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of 7 Days to Die. We are here in the 7 Days to Die testing zone. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the perk known as Agility. But to be more specific, we're actually going to be going all the way down to where it says from the shadows. So we're going to see exactly how this works. I've always been a little bit curious about this whole, if you're in the shadows, by default, you're 17. Your perception down here in the left-hand corner is at a 17. If you're in the opening, it's a 35, and if you're standing up, I'm assuming it's 100. I don't know. I did do a few tests, though, and I think standing up, honestly, might be the same as sitting down, or crouching down, rather, because when I tested it out, when I was standing and crouching in sunlight, both times the zombie saw me from about this far away when I was standing right in front of the tree. And when I was crouched in the shadows, the zombie saw me right about here. So I'm going to just show you guys real quick. We're just going to stand right here in plain daylight, but we do, first off, want to make sure we're in plain daylight. And then we're going to go ahead and our best friend, Zombie Bo, spawn him down at the end and wait to see when he sees us. This might take a little bit for him to notice us. I didn't want to do it facing at us. So you can see he's walking our way, and then you kind of see where he does that little jagged, running quicker and making noise. I think that's the point at which he actually sees us. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the point at which he sees us, which is right around 1 or 2 here. And so when we're crouched, I'll show you again. We'll crouch out in the opening. We'll spawn him towards the back there. And he's just a couple blocks. I kept the grass because I thought the grass was a pretty good indicator of where exactly he was, because otherwise it's kind of hard to tell. So you can kind of see when he passes a piece of grass, when he starts walking a little bit faster. But you can see he's kind of walking this way. You see he's going a little slow, and then he just picks up going quicker. So you can kind of see that, right? So here's the reason, or here's what I'm assuming, what I'm thinking. So right now, if you look, so that's one. Let me get my blocks out. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So right around 15 or 16 is where he sees us. Now, it makes sense. When we're crouched in plain daylight, it's 35. Half of 35 is roughly what? 13, 14. I'm sorry, 16 or 17. Or 17 rather. 17 and a half, technically right around that area. And that's right around where he's seeing us, right around the 16, 17, kind of right around this area here. Now, when we're crouched, you'll notice, and I'll spawn him a little closer because you'll tell he won't notice us right away, so it might take him a while to actually get to us. But when we're crouched, you see how he's kind of walking slow, and then he just picks up pace as soon as he sees us. So this is the reason, this is kind of our main area that we're going off of. And if you look, he kind of notices right around this area here. So if we count that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times 2 is 14. And before 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So right around, 15, 16. Which would make sense. When we're crouched, it's 17. When we're crouched in the shadows. When we're out in the open, it's 35. This, oh my goodness, what did I just do? This is almost half of this, which is the same as our perception. So, it makes sense that, 35 he would see as about, 15 to 17 blocks down. And then when we're crouched in the shadows, that's half of our perception being viewed. So it should theoretically be halfway, which would be right around 7 or 8. So now what we're going to do is we're going to test this out a little bit further by upping our from the shadows movement. So we're going to buy a point into this. Now what it just did was reduced our visibility by 15%. So it went from 17 to 14. So theoretically he should not see us until he reaches somewhere around this area here. So let's give this a shot. We're going to go down into the shadows. And same thing if we were in the opening. Actually, no. The opening still says 35. That's weird. Okay, maybe it only counts us in the shadows. So that's good to know. But we'll spawn this in another zombie bow. And let's see if we can get it. It should be right around this area here that he sees us. So wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And there we go. So yeah. right around, you know, it reduced it about 3 points from 17 to, what was it, 14? And roughly every 2 is 1 block. So that makes sense. He saw us like right about here. So what we're going to do is just kind of throw a block down there real fast just so we can mark that spot. So now we know this is standing or in plain daylight is about 15 to 16 roughly blocks away. Default with no perks put into it, hiding in the shadows at 17 puts him right around 7 blocks away. And then if we put 1 perk into it, it drops it to 14, putting it 1 more block less at 6 blocks away. So now let's go ahead and get back in our shadows. Let's go ahead and up this 1 more time here. We'll buy in another perk. So now we're 30% more effectively hidden in the shadows. Now it went down 2 more points. This may or may not make a difference just because it's so small. Theoretically, he should not see us till he gets to about right here, though. So we're going to spawn him just past that, and let's see what happens here. So right about here is where he should see us. So I'm going to keep that there, see how well this works. I forgot to check if I'm back all the way against the tree. And there he goes, right on point. That was perfect. So he literally saw us right when he hit that box. So that is a perfect indicator that that is, you know, every 2 points is about 1 block. So let's go ahead and test this again. So let's put another perk into it. So this will make us 45% more hidden, as well as 40% less likely to be heard when making noise when hidden. So that's kind of cool as well. We'll test, see if we can't find a way to test that out before we up this too much. So now we just dropped to 9. So we went from 14, or no, I'm sorry, we went from 12 to 9. So that should be like right around like this area here. One of these 2 blocks he should be seeing us, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, figure somewhere in between here he should be seeing us. So let's go ahead and test this out. Go ahead and drop him there. And I think it's like right around here. He'll probably see us. He doesn't notice us yet. Still doesn't notice us. Hey, buddy, I'm over here, buddy. Buddy, come to me. My friend, come to me, my friend. Nope, he don't even notice us. He's like walking the other way. I might be able to... No, because that makes too much noise if I walk. But yeah, let's... Yep, right on point there. Now, I crouched a little bit forward. I think I was like right around this block, so he noticed me, you know, right here. But that's a pretty good indicator. We want another block ahead. So now, you know, he's not noticing us till almost 4 blocks out. So that's pretty impressive, if you ask me. Now, what I want to test is, you know, if we just hit the tree just once, it bumps our noise up to 25, our visibility. So theoretically, at 25, he should see us, figure 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 25, like somewhere right around here, I think is where he should see us. So we're just going to do that real quick, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get him to spawn like right on the other side of that. And then I'm going to whack the tree. He's not noticing us. If I hard whack, that jumps it to 29. He still didn't hear us though, because I think he was outside of the range there. So what we're going to do is we're kind of just going to creep up behind him. See if we can make enough noise. Oh my god, that was loud. Yeah, he definitely heard that. Oops. So I think that's a pretty safe... Oh goodness, get out of here, buddy. I think that's a pretty safe indicator though, that with that extra noise boost, you know, normally I think when you hit it, it should go up to about 35 when you're hidden in the shadows. So ours is only going up to 25 since there's a 40% reduction on it. So let's keep this going up. Next, we're going to be 60% more effectively hidden in the shadows. That drops us down to a 6. Make sure now that we're right on here, because this is going to make a huge difference. Theoretically, he should not see us until he hits this line right here where the shadow is. So we're going to literally spawn him right next to us and see what happens here. He shouldn't see us until he is like literally right on top of us. He might even just walk the other way, but we'll see. Nope, he's walking this way. Yeah, and he notices almost instantly as soon as he hit that spot there. Hey, they changed the loot bags. That's kind of cool. So yeah, it was like right here where his feet are is right where he drops. So pretty good indication. Let's go ahead and drop the last perk into here. Not going to make a huge difference. It's 75% more unlikely to be seen. So that gives us a 4% hidden in the shadows. So theoretically, he should be like on the shadow line, if not in front of the shadow line, by the time he sees us. So what we're going to do is spawn him literally right next to us. And from the looks of it, he does not see us. Still doesn't see us. Still doesn't see us. Still doesn't see us. Still doesn't see. And now he sees us. So that was like literally he was on top of me before he actually noticed us. So that's, I mean, in my opinion, you know, that's a pretty damn good trait to have. Because if you can literally be hidden next to a zombie right here, not make any noise. Obviously, if you move in the shadows, it goes up to 5. In the daylight, it looks like, wow, in the daylight, it's an 8. Holy cow. So even if you're hidden in the daylight, you're still less likely to be seen. Now, what I want to test, let's just stand out here. I wonder if standing has made any difference, or if they will still notice us right where they normally see us. So he's walking, he's walking, he's walking. Theoretically, if it is an 8, he should not see us until he's right around that same spot, like right around here somewhere. Yeah, he did not see us. Okay. So that is a pretty fair indicator that whether or not you are crouched in daylight or standing in daylight, it does not make a difference. Zombies will still be able to see you at the same exact distance, which is a pretty good thing to know. Now what I want to test is if different zombies have a different chance of seeing you. So we saw that he saw us, you know, obviously in daylight we stand at a supervision of 8. Excuse me, a perception of 8. That's weird. Why? Oh. No, why is it back up at 35? That's kind of strange. Is it because I'm over encumbered? Could that be why? Why all of a sudden is it so high up? What's going on? I'm confused. Okay. That's still a 4. So if you go in the shadows and then you come out of the shadows, it's an 8. If I'm walking, it's an 11. And then if I stand up and crouch back down, it's still an 8. But if I move around, it breaks it. No, it's still an 8. Okay, so it seems to be a little bit glitchy. With the fact that sometimes, I guess if you make a lot of noise maybe. Yeah, see, then it only goes to 35. So it seems like it might be glitched a little bit there. So you do got to be careful. Sometimes you have to reset it by going into the shadows and then coming back out. Or maybe it's a glitch where it should not, you know, lower it that much. I don't know. It could be either way, but yeah, just keep that in mind. It seems it's glitched either one way or the other. Either we are supposed to be this hidden when we're in the sunlight, or we're not supposed to be that hidden and we're only supposed to be hidden to a 35 in the middle of the daylight like this. So just keep that in mind, you know, when you guys are playing. That could play a pretty big difference. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and drop back down here. And then what I want to test is if this works with things like feral zombies. We'll try like a one of those fat ones. Where are they? Excuse me. Where's the police cop? Zombie fat cop. Zombie fat cop. There we go. So let's see. Does he notice us any differently? Dude, is he like shitting himself? What the hell? Doesn't look like he's noticing us any differently. He's gonna literally be right on top of us before he finally, ouch, before he finally notices us. Oh my god, they actually spit? Oh, I got the wrong piece of armor. Bro, they start freaking running at you, holy cow. But I did take him out with 4 shots, which was kind of interesting. Okay, good to know. I did not know that about those. Okay, so let's test a feral zombie. Now this we might need to get the shotgun out for, and make sure it is reloaded as well, because this can be pretty bad. But we're gonna do let's do a zombie bow feral. He doesn't look very feral. I thought the ferals were green. That's kind of strange. It looks to be the same, though. I don't think that's a feral, though, because ferals should see as a lot easier. Ow! Oh my god, dude. Okay, that may very well be a feral. Okay, that is a, yeah, that would be a feral. It's just not a radiated feral. Okay, good to know. So, yeah, it looks like, though, it does not matter if it is a feral zombie or a regular zombie or any kind of zombie. It doesn't matter. I did want to test out the wolves, but I'm going to have to get back over to my bag real fast. So I will be right back as I go ahead and make my way over to where we were. I will be right back. Alrighty, so we are back. Looks like our friend kind of got away. He broke through this here. Where he went, I do not know. And now the next thing I wanted to test, and the last thing I wanted to test is we're going to be taking a look at animals, particularly the wolf and the dog. So let's go ahead and get ourselves one of them spawned in here. We'll take ourselves off of God mode. And I want to see if they see us at the same point that the zombies do, or if they have different senses, or they can see us easier. So let's see here. We got animal wolf. Sound good. See if the wolf notices us at all, or if he's just gonna quietly kind of like walk around and just completely ignore us. He hasn't come after us yet. And I mean, honestly, I would assume, even being behind him, they kind of have like a sixth sense to be able to see you. I know he has to see me. I know for a fact he has to see me. He really doesn't see me. Holy cow. Okay then. Let's go ahead and take him out. So, okay, so there you have it. The wolves don't see you right away. Let's see if the same thing applies to the... where is it? Oh, we could test the bear too, but I want to check the zombie dog. Or regular dog. Or that's a... Whoops, that's a doe. My bad. We have a doe in our cage now. But animal zombie dog. There we go. I wonder if the dog's going to attack the doe. That would be kind of sad. But let's see what happens. I don't think he's, yeah, he's definitely not noticing us. We're hidden pretty well where we are. And he's going to notice us as soon as he walks up to us, so... yeah, so dogs don't see you any better. Oh my god, this poor doe. Let me help you, buddy. Aw, poor thing. Aw, poor thing. Alright, so now we got a bunch of dead animals, because they don't seem to want to despawn like the normal zombies do. The last thing, let's just test for the heck of it. We're going to test a freaking bear, bro. Does the bear see us? I know the bear is going to see us, so I am going to get the shotgun out and ready to go. Yeah, he's about to see us in 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, well, it does not seem like you can kill a zombie bear with a shotgun. Perception, in my personal opinion, is a trait worth investing into. Maybe not like early game, because it really only enhances it a couple of levels. But, I mean, once you get late game and your ability is, you know, increased to some extent where you can level up hidden in the shadows quite a few times, I think it would be worth putting in some of those levels into hidden from the shadows, because that makes a huge difference. Especially, and I mean, we could test this as well. We can just, as soon as I get to the desert, I'll test it out actually. And what I want to test is if at night, if there's any difference. So let's go ahead and fall from the sky here. Wow, you are 0% visible in the dark. Holy shit. Okay. And it seems like just walking is a 7% chance of being seen. So let's go ahead and test this out. Let's get ourselves our zombie bow over here. And I have no weapons, so... And... I mean, theoretically, I'm only making one. So he shouldn't see me unless I'm literally touching him. I'm going to try to walk in front of him over here. See if he notices me. He doesn't even notice me. Look at this. Yeah, dude. Without a doubt, bro. Without a doubt. Hidden or from the shadows, worth every single point you put into it. Hurt is there. That's unfortunate. Did I just... Oh, I thought I confused him for a second. We actually got a sneak bonus out of that. That was pretty dope, actually. Alright, well there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this kind of helps you with your levelings. If you missed any of the previous episodes, make sure to check them out. They're really good. You know, we learned some ways to get that kind of extra strength boost where you can two-hit zombies. We found out how to be able to quickly kill zombies with different types of guns. So definitely worth taking a look into each of the videos if you haven't already. I will put a link down in the description below where you can find the very first one and watch from there if the episode going up to the most recent ones. And then if you guys have any suggestions for the next episode, feel free to drop that comment down below. Feel free to go ahead and subscribe as well if you want to see more 7 Days to Die Testing Zone videos. And until next time, I will see ya.